8 extra virgin olive oils you should double check. And 3 real ones. Question the label. Decode your plate. Here's something almost nobody checks in the oil aisle. You reach for a bottle of extra virgin olive oil because it's supposedly a good one. The healthy, premium, sun-drenched Italian hillside one. But extra virgin olive oil is one of the most frequently mislabeled and misunderstood products in the grocery store. And the bottle in your hand may not be what the front label claims. It might be older than you think, bottled somewhere you didn't expect, or simply not as fresh as the marketing suggests. At Culinary Cipher, we believe the truth is usually hiding in plain sight. Every ingredient tells a story, every label is a clue, and the package often tells you exactly what you're buying, if you know where to look. So before you drizzle it over your next dish, let's double-check what's really in that bottle. The whole thing comes down to how strict the term extra virgin is supposed to be and how loosely it's sometimes used. Real extra virgin olive oil is the top grade, oil pressed from fresh olives without heat or chemicals, tasted and tested to meet quality standards. But it's a valuable product, and where there's value, there's temptation to cut corners, blend in cheaper oil, or lean on a label that sounds better than the contents. Once you learn the handful of things that mark real, fresh extra virgin oil, you can shop past the marketing. Let's double-check the 8 to watch, and then the 3 actually worth buying. Number 1, the missing harvest date. This is the single most useful thing to look for, and most bottles don't show it. Olive oil is a fresh-pressed juice, not a wine, so it does not improve with age, it slowly goes stale. A best-by date tells you little, but a harvest or pressing date tells you how fresh the oil actually is. Double-check for a harvest date, and favor oil pressed within the last year or so, because with olive oil, fresher is genuinely better. Number 2, the clear glass bottle. Light is one of olive oil's biggest enemies, degrading it and turning it stale faster. Quality producers protect their oil in dark glass or tins for exactly that reason. A crystal clear bottle sitting under bright store lights may look pretty, but it's a sign the oil hasn't been well protected, and it may already be past its best. Double-check the packaging, because a producer who cared about freshness usually shielded the oil from light. Number 3, the vague made in Italy or bottled in Italy. This one fools a lot of people. Oil can be labeled as Italian while being pressed from olives grown in several different countries and merely blended or bottled in Italy. The romantic label sells an image that the ingredients don't always match. Double-check for a specific single origin or region rather than a vague national flag, because bottled in is not the same as grown and pressed in. Number 4, the light and extra light olive oils. Here's a trap that catches health-conscious shoppers. Light olive oil is not lower in calories or fat. It's refined oil with most of the flavor and color stripped out, a lower grade dressed up with a healthy-sounding word. It's about a lighter taste, not a lighter body. Double-check what light actually means, because people buy it thinking it's the diet choice when it's really just a plainer, more processed oil. Number 5, the pomace olive oil. If you see olive pomace oil, know that this is the bottom of the grade ladder. It's extracted from the leftover olive paste using solvents and heat after the good oil has already been pressed out, then refined. It's legal and cheap and useful for high-heat frying, but it's a world away from extra virgin. Double-check for the word pomace, because it's a clear signal you're holding the lowest grade, not the premium one. Number 6, the suspiciously cheap extra virgin. Real extra virgin olive oil takes a lot of olives, careful pressing, and testing, so it has a real floor price. When a big bottle of extra virgin costs about the same as refined vegetable oil, that low price is a warning. It may be an older oil, a lower grade slipping under the label, or a blend cut with cheaper oil. Double-check the price against reality, because genuine extra virgin simply can't be produced for almost nothing. Number 7, the missing quality seals. Reputable extra virgin oils often carry independent quality seals or protected origin marks that verify grade and source. These seals exist precisely because the category has an authenticity problem, and producers who pass the tests are proud to show it. Double-check for a recognized seal or certification, because its presence is a real signal, and its total absence on a premium oil is at least worth noting. Number 8, the flavor and smell test at home. Here's one you can do yourself once the bottle is open. Real, fresh extra virgin olive oil should taste alive, fruity, maybe grassy, often with a peppery little kick at the back of your throat that can even make you cough slightly. Oil that tastes flat, greasy, waxy, or stale like old crayons has likely degraded or was never top quality. Double check with your own mouth, because your senses are a surprisingly good detector of a tired or fake oil. Now let's be fair, because the goal is to shop smarter, not to give up on olive oil. Even a mid-grade olive oil is a perfectly fine cooking fat, and not every bottle without a harvest date is a fraud. Plenty of honest, affordable oils are out there. The issue is that the extra virgin label carries real meaning and a real price, and it's frequently used more loosely than it should be. So you can end up paying premium prices for something ordinary or stale. Knowing the signals lets you get what you actually paid for, whether that's a special finishing oil or a solid everyday one. It's also worth understanding the difference between a cooking oil and a finishing oil, because it changes how much this matters for any given bottle. For high-heat frying and roasting, a more affordable oil is completely sensible, since intense heat mutes the delicate flavors anyway, so there's no need to pour your best oil into a hot pan. But for drizzling raw over a salad, bread, soup, or finished vegetables, where you actually taste the oil, a genuine fresh extra virgin is where the magic lives, and it's worth spending on. Matching the oil to the job means you're never wasting a great oil on frying or settling for a dull one where flavor counts. That single habit saves money and improves your food at the same time. So here are 3 real ones worth reaching for. First, a single origin extra virgin with a harvest date in dark glass or tin. This is the gold standard for an everyday to nice oil. It names where the olives were actually grown, shows you when they were pressed, and protects the oil from light. When a producer gives you all 3, they're telling you they care about freshness and have nothing to hide. Those details, not the pretty label, are what mark a real oil. Second, an oil carrying a recognized quality seal or protected origin mark. Because this category has such an authenticity problem, an independent seal or a protected origin designation is a genuinely useful shortcut. It means someone tested the oil against real standards and it passed. Look for those marks, especially on oils you want to trust for their flavor, because they turn a leap of faith into something closer to a guarantee. Third, buy fresh, buy a size you'll use, and store it right. The cleanest habit of all, choose the freshest dated oil you can find, in a bottle you'll finish within a few months, and keep it in a cool, dark cupboard away from the stove's heat and light. Even a great oil goes stale if it's bought in a huge jug and left open by the hot stovetop for a year. Treating olive oil like the fresh product it is may matter as much as which bottle you pick. Here's the quick rule to carry into the store. The front will sell you Italy, sunshine, and the words extra virgin, but ignore the romance. Look for a harvest date, a specific origin, dark packaging, and a quality seal, and be wary of light, pomace, vague bottled in, and prices that seem too good to be true. The moment those freshness signals are missing on a premium oil, you know to be cautious about what you're really holding. It isn't dangerous and nobody's saying stop using olive oil. The point is simpler than that. You deserve to know whether you're buying fresh, genuine extra virgin or a tired, blended imitation of it. You don't need to become an olive oil connoisseur overnight. Just double-check the bottle next time you're standing in that aisle. A harvest date, a real origin, dark glass, and a recognized quality seal, that's the whole check. So go look at the olive oil in your kitchen right now, hunt for a harvest date, and tell me in the comments whether you can even find one. I genuinely want to know how many bottles don't tell you how old they are. Because that's the mission behind Culinary Cipher. We're not here to tell you what you should buy, we're here to help you understand what you're buying. The front of the bottle sells a story, but the back of the label reveals the facts. Once you know what to look for, you can choose with confidence instead of relying on marketing alone. Question the label. Decode your plate. Because every ingredient is a clue, every label tells a story, and the smartest food choices begin with knowing what's really on your plate. We'll see you in the next investigation.